Now, we come to the final presentation of the day. We talked a lot about sustainability, but how does that relate to marketing? So our last session of the day is using digital marketing to drive sustainability. And with that, please welcome the sales director for APAC at Sojourn. A big round of applause to Ms. Chelsea Tan.
Thank you. Thanks, Paul. Right, so I'm the last speaker of the house, so I think my challenge is to keep everyone awake and refreshed. Shall we do some stretches? Just kidding. Right, so I would like to, I am really honored to be here to be sharing this exciting topic about using digital marketing to drive sustainability. And I learned so much from all the speakers in the past 3 days that I really hope to, drive some of the ideas forward and to do, good to the destination that I, visit. So, talking to myself, I was wondering what is the best way to introduce myself to all of you, great people here. So I thought to share a little story and to introduce myself in a more personal way. So in January this year, I actually had a torn ligament, which made I had to go for a little surgery to fix and reconstruct my ligament. So that was quite a disappointment. And because I had planned for a trip in March that I really did not want to cancel. So halfway into my recovery, I decided to still go for it with my walking stick. Yeah, so I went for it. I trekked mountains, visited a lot of waterfalls, big and small, each has its own beauty. And I've never seen like so much pebbles and stone in my entire life. So it was really changing the way that I travel. And I thought due to the condition that I was in, I was able to, take it slower and really savor, the beauty of each destination that I visit. And I really think that that's one of the best travel I've ever had. And I hope in the next 18 minutes or so that I would inspire you to have new ideas on how to reach more sustainable travelers like myself who's changing the way I travel. All right, so I'd like to take the next session to just paint you a picture of what your destination would become if you were to adopt sustainable digital marketing practice today. How about a 30% increase in use of bikes and walking in your destination? How about the idea of dispersing 50% more travelers to places less visited off the beaten path areas just to help the local businesses flourish? And what if you could achieve 20 times more economic impact on your destination with the amplification of digital marketing? All right. So I'm Chelsea from Sojourn. So a little bit of introduction about Sojourn. We are a travel marketing platform, and we work a lot with travel marketers like yourself to drive demand for your destination. So we look at how travelers travel. What are the kind of intent signals that's coming from a country of origin to a country of destination? How do we look at the path to purchase journey of your travelers and target them with the right messaging at the right time? And ultimately, it is really about how do we then convert the customers along their path to purchase journey to drive them into your destination or to make the booking on your hotel. So we work with a lot of DMOs, airlines, and hotels, on their digital marketing activities. And lastly, which is the most important piece of all, how do we get them to repeat the visitation? And how do we get, the sustainable travelers to repeat that behavior and to build loyalty amongst this group of travelers? Okay, so our UVP, in short for unique value proposition, is really the aggregation of travel intent signals that we could see on a real-time basis, right? So we could see searches and bookers from a country of origin to a destination, and we receive such billions of travel intent signals on a real-time daily basis. And with that, we use that to build audience segments. It could be a luxury audience segment, a sustainable traveler audience segment that you want to activate, and we use that to run campaigns in the programmatic advertising space. Sounds big, but it is actually automated advertising, where we use a audience marketing approach to put your brand right in front of the audience that truly matters to you, right? And ultimately, it's really about driving direct action on your own site. And in itself, is actually a sustainable effort. How do you make your own site more sustainable? By having better user experience, lesser clicks for a traveler when they come to your site. They could actually get that what they want in 1 or 2 steps, right? So it's becoming increasingly important as we work towards driving direct action on your own site. So as a company, we're also navigating towards the future of travel marketing, where we are tackling a lot of industry challenges like the deprecation of third-party cookies that's going away. So what is your first-party strategy to build an audience segment that truly matters for in order to stay relevant for the future? All right, so in short, we identify travelers looking to come to your destination and influence them to book directly with you. All right? So next, research have shown that 87% of global travelers want to travel more sustainably. So this is a whopping 87%. But in reality, there's only 39% of travelers who manage to keep their travel sustainable. So it is a big gap that we have to try to fill. And how do we ensure that your brand is right in front of these 87% of global travelers who want to travel sustainably? So I think this is a question that I would like you guys to think about as we navigate the slides ahead. So the agenda that I want to cover today, first would be the importance of sustainability in travel. And I think we've covered a lot in the past 2 days as well. So I'll go a little bit faster on that. And what is sustainable digital marketing in travel? And I will try to give you some ways to jumpstart that strategy. And how do we help you find sustainable travelers? And lastly, any success stories that we have seen successes in for the campaigns that we run. Okay, so it is really about understanding what are your brand values. Does your marketing plan promote a bigger purpose? And how do we actually work towards a larger goal? How do we align that brand values with sustainability? How do you communicate via the right channel to the right audience? Right, so this is really about harnessing the power of sustainability for your destination. Okay, I would like to just quickly go over these points here because I think it is heavily covered in the past 2 days on the importance of sustainability in travel. It really protects your local environment, improve the lives of local communities, offset carbon footprint, eliminates other waste, boosts local economy, promote local habitats for local wildlife. So how do we then amplify this message forward in the quickest way? So I think digital marketing is really one of the ways that we could look at to drive that message forward. We could even look at possibly engaging even opinion leaders or any social media efforts that you have to drive this message over in the quickest way. Right? So I would like to really share that, and I'm really passionate about this topic, how we can actually use the technology that we have and the strategies that we have in digital marketing to amplify sustainable tourism practices. Right, so it is one way I've mentioned earlier on that you could raise awareness via digital marketing quickly. How do we influence them to make more environmentally conscious choices? And I think it is also becoming an increased support that you could give to sustainable business and destination to make the cost more efficient and to give them a more increased support to give them a chance to actually move forward with you in tandem. And how we can then protect the environment and livelihood of the local communities as well. Excuse me. Right? So in Sojern, we actually work with a lot of brands, and we use an audience marketing approach where we use that to promote the brand and put their message right in front of the right travelers along a path to purchase journey. So you could start from the time that they are dreaming about the destination to the time that they make conversion on the site, or upon them visiting your destination. All right. So we use a lot of data, first-party data, second-party data, third-party data, to understand what travelers are really doing in destination. Are they searching on sustainable topics, or are they looking for alternative transport? So this is the visibility that we could see, right, as we use data to make more data-driven decision. Then we are able to reach the right audience, and possibly also providing tips online, on your own media, to drive the message about using less water, or walking instead of taking a car, or bring your own toiletries, avoiding single-use plastics, and offsetting the carbon footprint. All right. So we could also look at ways where we can partner and pool our digital marketing efforts together across like a DMO, attraction, a hotel, and an airline, to ensure that we are working towards one goal, to ensure efficiency and sustainability and success in the campaigns that we run. Okay? And it is also a way where we could empower local residents. Could we look at more educational resources to help the local residents to understand the mission behind sustainability, and how we can actually help them to flourish more and sustain a livelihood on their own. All right, so the second part here, I would like to share 5 ways that we can look at jump-starting your sustainability strategy. So number 1 is really about promoting the lesser-known areas. And I think in my trip in March this year, I had the chance to really visit a lot of areas that I never knew that it existed, So it was a refreshing experience for me. And I think that this would be a trend, to go by promoting the lesser-known areas to travelers. And it's also a way where you can spread your tourism budget across more regions and boosting the economy in less populated areas. Right? So promoting sustainable stores and restaurants, and I think Aura had earlier on about farm-to-table restaurant. I think this is really a great concept. And in a cosmopolitan city like Singapore, we also have a lot of shops that's really selling pre-loved clothing, pre-loved items, using upcycle fashion as a way to move the sustainability mission forward. And I also like to share an example of Mandai Wildlife Reserves. So Mandai Wildlife Reserves is made up of Singapore Zoo, a river safari, and bird paradise that's recently moved from our Jurong precinct to the Mandai precinct. So I have a friend who have a restaurant in Mandai Wildlife Reserves, and they were given the opportunity to partake in sustainability. So they were asked to actually reuse the trees that Mandai actually cleared for commercial purposes as furniture for their restaurant. So I think this is really a great way where we can work with stores and restaurants to promote sustainability. All right? And how do we encourage tourists to use more sustainable transportation? And I think Hannah, previous speaker, was speaking about city bike tours. I think this is a really great idea, and it is actually seeding in a lot of cosmopolitan city where travelers are sharing, biking itineraries to actually embark on city bike tours. So I think this is one great way to promote sustainability as well, and to improve the accessibility of public transportation, right, and organizing walking tours. And we had a YouTuber in Singapore actually, trying to reach a target of organizing like 1,000 people to follow him on a walk, in Marina Bay Sands. So that's a movement that I'm seeing quite a fair bit in a cosmopolitan city as well. Right. So we could also partner local experts, tap on the registered guides' knowledge and resource, or can we also look at educating some of the local people to take on this role, to introduce their destination in a more personal and authentic way to engage travelers who come to the city, right? Right. Last, I think this is a very futuristic topic, but it is already happening for some of the hotels and destinations that I work with as well. So it's about creating a virtual reality experience, and this it sounds like a metaverse where you could actually help to reduce the environmental impact of tourism. And I think the younger generation, like my daughter, they are already like in the metaverse by playing Roblox. Roblox itself is a metaverse. So I think this is really a trend that we are seeing into the future. How do we complement in-person tourism and a virtual reality tourism? How do we actually sync the two together and make tourism a better place for the future, for our next generation? Right, so the last bit here is really exciting. I would like to share with you the way to find sustainable travelers. So in digital marketing, we usually use a funnel strategy. So imagine like a upper funnel at the top, and as you funnel down, it gets narrow. So what do we do with this funnel? We actually set a objective, right? So at the upper funnel, we call this a awareness strategy, where we look at filling this upper funnel with new travelers, or any travelers that we could see exhibiting some kind of sustainable search behaviors. Right? Are they actually searching for sustainable topics, or searching for alternative transport, as an example? So how do we then prospect such new travelers in your marketing plan? Then we look at ways on how we drive them down into the funnel, where at the mid funnel, that's where we see a lot of consideration taking place. How do we use the travel intent data that we have to see people that's actively looking at your destination? So it could be understanding the top 10 markets that's searching into Sarawak, as an example. How do we actually get this prospecting awareness travelers down the consideration stage and getting them to convert and visit your destination? Right, so then as we drive them down the funnel, can we actually serve them, a message about trying to visit a less populated area? Can we drive certain action, right, to promote sustainability? So this is a very deliberate effort that we have to constantly optimize as we run a digital marketing campaign. And last, at the bottom, it is really an important piece on how can we then get people to repeat their purchase, repeat their visitation. So this is where we build loyalty amongst your customers. Okay? So the next evolution that I would like to share with you is really a co-op. And it is already happening to some of the collaboration that we have in the western part of the world. I think we are seeing a lot of such collaboration between a DMO, attraction, a hotel, and a airline vertical sectors. Right, so we call this the data consortium, where you come together as one to pool your data, pool your resources, and drive towards a single message to promote your objective. Okay? So it's emerging as a smart way to reach potential visitors. Right? It's really about pulling the data, the funds, the messaging towards one common goal. And I would like to say that this is, like a consortium where you can actually share and reach out to new audience that you never knew that you would be able to reach if you were to operate in silo, right? So like, for example, if a DMO maybe would not know that a visitor actually booked on a luxury hotel or a business class flight. But by having a data consortium and having like a third-party partner to manage this together for you, I think it is something that we could look into for the future, and it's really a more efficient way to run a campaign. Okay. Right. So lastly, I have a few success stories to share. So I'll use Mandai as an example again. Right. So they have pledged 100% of the precinct's energy from renewable resources by 2030. Okay. And I really like this campaign that they did. They have they coined the idea with Choose Good with Mandai. So they have a two-part campaign where they engage with 20 restaurants to create food items that's inspired by wildlife and their diets. And every ticket and purchase helps to protect and conserve wildlife, right? So they have a food trail, and again, to actually promote everyday choices that benefit people, the wildlife, and the nature. And I think this is also a good way to connect with a younger generation who may be more, interested in games. Yeah. So I think this is a great campaign that they did. And we also had a client, Switzerland. It's not in APAC, but I thought this is a very interesting case study that I could share with you, where they have a creative tagline like sustainable tourism that's like leveraging on sustainable tourism. So as we know, Switzerland is really beautiful. I was there last year as well. So they were promoting longer trips, nature, and we know that they are also one of the leading countries for recycling and waste management, right? And they had a major focus on consuming local products and organic food products. Okay, so the last three key takeaways I would like to leave you guys with is really about aligning that brand value with your sustainability effort. How do we get your brand out there, right? And how do we get people to actually connect or relate you to your sustainability effort? I think this is an ongoing journey that we have to, explore day to day. And how do we understand your target audience better? By understanding their path to purchase journey, search and booking behaviors, and how do we then use data to make more data-driven decision? Okay. Promise you, this is the last slide. Is my personal motivating statement that I would like to share with the floor. So if we do not engage sustainable travelers today, there won't always be these beautiful places to visit. So when we start to believe in what we do, we begin to take ground and make real progress, right? Thank you, everyone. Thanks for having me. Thanks, Paul.
Thank you very much, Chelsea. Okay, we've come to the end of the event. However, not completely finished. As always, please take the survey. I won't go through this again. You guys know the deal. So we're going to move right on to this and a quick wrap up. Really, I'm not going to say much. I'm going to move right into the UGC contests. This is where we announced the 5 winners of the contest, right? There said there was 5 categories: most creative photo, best selfie, best food photo, best photo overall, and best video. So there were over 200 pieces of content created over the past 2 days, both across Instagram and Facebook. So, great job. Thank you everyone for posting, and it's really a fantastic job. So thank you so much. Now, the first category, top 2 creative photos. So out of these photos, which one did we choose as the winner? And the winner is Shanti Travel. Shanti, please come on up. Oh, wait. Sorry, I need to invite Sharzadeh and Peter up on stage to actually help present the prize. Yes, sorry. I'm always ahead of myself sometimes. And Shanti, you can also make your way up on stage as well. We have a nice prize for you. Congratulations. Okay, and the next category was these are the top 3 food photos, and the winner is Sorry, I can't pronounce your name. Because I cannot read it. So, Olga Takapiba? Is that? Olga, are you here in this room? Well, okay, the reason why we chose this, because actually her series of photos it actually showed from the making of it to the actual finishing of it. So it was the entire post. She also wrote, for each post, she wrote the process of it. So it's actually a fantastic post. That's why we chose this as the best food photo overall. Right? I mean, it's not just the visuals that we actually judged on. We also judged on the content written, as well as if they actually tagged the location. So we'll come to the next category is top 3 selfies, and the winner is Cosmopolis Travel. There's actually a video, and it has some music that goes along with it. So actually, pretty creative. So congratulations. Yeah. Congratulations. Okay, and this is now just overall photos, the top 4 photos that were whittled down to, and the winner is, Nutty Nitty, because actually he has a series of beautiful photos of the ingredients that were used in the cooking. So is Nutty here? Yes, he is. Congratulations. Really some great composition with your photos. I love the colors. Very well done. You can leverage, there's destinations that leverage UGC for their own marketing purposes as well. And then we get the top 3 videos. This was actually fairly easy. We whittled it down to 3, but it was actually a unanimous choice, and it was Miss Melissa Lupong with her video. Melissa, congratulations. Is Melissa here? Is she here? Yes, she is. Yeah, and the fact that you spent time to edit it, fantastic job. Wait, does she work for you? You must be very happy then. This is Saba actually helping out Sarawak with promotion. Sisterly love right here. Congratulations to all of our winners, and that's it. However, but don't go anywhere. If any of the speakers are still here, we do have a token of appreciation, so you can please come up so we can give it to you, and we can do a photo with all the speakers on stage. If you can please come run up right now, we got a token of appreciation that we would like to give to you. The hats. Can we get those hats? Speakers, yes. That's what your team had told us. Do you want a hat, Peter? Give Peter a hat as well. Come on up. It's nice. Slide over. A big round of applause to all our speakers. I know not all of them are here, but please, for the ones that are here, you can give them a big round of applause. So thank you so much. My head's too big. So a big round of applause to our speakers. No, the girls look good with the hats. Oh, thank you. Well, thank you guys. Are we all good with the photos? All right, good. All right, well, thank you guys so much. Thank you so much.